Okay, so now we know how to track KPIs or metrics from native integrations. So this is great. You can pull metrics and visualize KPIs from the software tools that your company or your team use all in one place. But the trouble is that a lot of the KPIs that we care most about in our teams or in our companies require calculating multiple metrics together or combining metrics from a bunch of different tools. So what do we do there? That's where custom metrics and calculated metrics come into play. They let you track metrics or KPIs that normally would require calculating multiple metrics or combining different data sources. For example, homepage conversion rate or total ad spend across all platforms. So that's what we're going to cover in this video. Let's start with custom metrics. Custom metrics let you create metrics for select data sources by adding dimensions, segments, filters, and more. For example, let's say that I'm a sales manager and I want to track one of my KPIs is performance by sales rep. That's a metric that I want to keep my eye on. So I would go to custom metrics and then let's hit create new custom metric. All right, so first we're going to choose the data source. And in my case, this is going to be HubSpot CRM. I'm going to leave it on deals because this is what I want to track. And then the metric is going to be count of deals. And now this is where the custom metrics is really popular. We can filter down into the dimension. So for dimension, I'm going to look for deal owner. Okay. And then for date field, let's go ahead and choose the close date. That's how I want to track it, by close date. And then let's give this custom metric a name. In our case, we'll call it performance by rep. Okay. And then we'll go ahead and hit preview data. Okay, great. So here we can see the performance of all of our sales rep. We see the count of deals by deal owner. And so we're calling this custom metrics performance by rep. And let's just call it demo for the sake of this video. And we'll hit save. Now, Databox is going to ask you, do you want to create a new data board with this custom metric, which you can do right away if that's something you want to do, or you can select an existing data board to add it to. You can also set a default visualization type. For now, for the purpose of this video, I'm going to go ahead and click no. I will add it manually later. Now, that's custom metrics, but let's take a look at calculated metrics. These let you combine data from any data source in an equation to create new calculated metrics. For example, conversion rates, return on investment, return on ad spend, those are all great examples of sort of custom metrics, but that require calculation. And that's where we want to go for that. So let's say that I'm a marketing manager and I want to create a metric called homepage conversion rate. Well, first we would go to new calculated metric and we can see that we can build our equation here. So I'll go ahead and click the A box here. And so first we're going to need homepage traffic. Now this is a custom metric actually that I created prior to setting up this video that basically uses the custom metric functionality to take all of our sessions, but then only filter down by dimension of page path that basically is the trailing slash for the homepage. So I've taken GA4 sessions, but filtered it down to just the homepage in order to create a custom metric called homepage traffic. So now for my formula to complete it, I want my total homepage traffic divided by the number of product signups that it drives. So let's go ahead and find, and for that, for this example, I have a metric ready to go called product signups demo. Okay, so here we can see that in the calculation we're building, we take the total traffic to the home page, a custom metric that I developed using Databox custom metrics, and then I've got, in this case, it's a Google Sheet for you. If this was a SaaS product, you could use Mixpanel or something like that. You could track whatever your call to action or conversion would be. In my case, for this example, I'm using a Google Sheet and tracking the signups there. So this is my total homepage traffic divided by the total product signups that I got. And let me go ahead and give this a name. So I'll call this homepage signup conversion rate. Now, we can see that it's displaying in a decimal, and we can go ahead and change the date range. Here we can play with that to make sure everything looks right. We can see that it's displaying as a decimal. So if I wanted to display it as a percentage, I could come over to Format, scroll down, and do percentage. And obviously, for the purpose of this video with these examples, that's an insanely high conversion rate. Congratulations to you. If you're if you're new to that, it's obviously an unrealistic homepage conversion rate. But that's ours for this demo example. So now we've got this divided by this. What we could do if we needed a more advanced calculation is we could continue adding different metrics. We could click this to drop down and we could do subtraction, division, multiplication. We could wrap different metrics in parentheses if we wanted to get really complicated. And so this is a really powerful feature where you can calculate different metrics from one or more data sources together in order to get the exact metric that you need. For example, if we wanted to calculate the total ad spend across all platforms, we could do total spend or ad spend from Facebook, ad spend, from TikTok, ads, etc., and continue adding all of it up together to equal a sum total and display it that way. So I'm going to go ahead and hit save for my homepage sign up conversion rate. And once again, it's asking me, do I want to add this to a new data board or an existing data board? I'm going to skip this for now. And so finally, let's put it all together by wrapping this up. And let's save one of these to my metrics, because this is a KPI I want to keep my eye on. So I'm going to say homepage sign up conversion rate. There it is. I'll go ahead and click the dimension. And there it is. I'm going to go ahead and favorite it because I want to see it on my performance overview screen. So now this is something that I can track closely alongside my other sessions and signups.